Next on MHTV's Headliner, the school year has begun and so has the fall sports season. The MHS Fall Sports Preview edition of Headliner begins right now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jess Burton. John Caswell returns next week. We start our MHS Fall Sports Preview with the boys soccer team. Last year, the boys soccer team made a late postseason push but didn't have the offensive firepower enough to make a deep run in the tournament. This year, with some new help up front, they're hoping to score a lot of goals and win a lot of games. I spoke with the captains about the improvements the team has made this fall and what it's going to take to get back to the tournament. You excited for this season?
We're very excited. I think we've got a very strong team this year, and we're hoping to make a pretty deep run into the playoffs.
And what can our fans expect from the team this year?
Well, each year that I've been a part of the team, we've kept on getting better every year, and we've got a lot of strong returning players. We've got seniors, me, Chris, Jacob, Jack Garrett, and then we've got a lot of strong returning juniors with Jamie, Lucas, Charlie Bushman, Mac Fisher, John Luca. So we're hoping to really make a far run to the playoffs, hopefully win most of the conference games, win the small school division, and see how far we can get past that.
Yeah, you guys were pretty good in the conference last year. Who do you think is going to be the toughest competition for you this year?
Swampscott and Danvers are always fun teams, and I hear that both of them are going to have strong teams. Gloucester is usually a fun match, and then in the upper school division, schools like Beverly and Peabody, they are always really strong. So if we can take a couple games off them, that'd be really awesome.
All right, well, good luck, man.
Thank you.
So what have you guys been doing in the off-season to prepare to get back into shape?
Well, as usual, the captains have been holding captains practices over the summer, but this year we decided to switch it up a little bit. So we've been holding drills to work on passing, shooting, dribbling, to make sure everyone's all set for the season, getting lots of touches on the ball.
So you guys were pretty much 500 last year. So what areas of the game have you guys been improving on this year?
Well, we've been improving a lot on our possession, which is a big thing that our coaches stressed upon us the last 4 years, going into my senior year here. And now going into it, we're looking to improve our offense because our defense has been together, a very cohesive group, and they're solid. So we started from the back, and now we're moving up onto our offense.
And so what does being a senior mean to you?
Well, being a senior and a captain, it's an honorable position because it's voted on by the prior teams before, and the four of us have been playing together for a long time, so it means that as a senior we get to leave our touch on the program, and hopefully we leave it with something special.
All right, well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
And who do you think on your team this year as a up-and-coming star will have a good breakout year?
There's a couple players. I think Gianluca Alcafreda should have a really good season. He played a little with us last year, but not a lot. He came in more towards the end of the season and was able to help us out a little. And then Lucas Koperman, I think he should have a pretty good year. He'll play more like offensive mid and striker, and we need goals, definitely. That's one of our problems, is we haven't really been scoring very much, so we need to do that a lot. But yeah, no, there's a lot of different players that kind of need to step up their game and move into different positions that they can play well in, but there's not really one person that I'd say is a superstar on the team.
The girls soccer team was one of the best in the state last season with a 15-1-3 record. They lost a heartbreaker to North Andover 2-1 in the North quarterfinal. This year, head coach Andrew Bubb and the captains are playing with a chip on their shoulder and are eager to get the season going and start racking up the wins. All right, Coach, how's the team look this year?
I think just as strong, if not stronger, than last year. Last year we did finish with 15 wins. This year we're looking to kind of duplicate that, if not increase upon that. We have a good core returning. Did lose some key players, and some special girls there, but I think some of the freshmen that we've brought up and some of the other things that we've done is going to make us a very tough competitor this year.
Yeah, you had 15 wins. That's tough to improve on. But are you coming out with a chip on your shoulder? You were an early exit from the tournament. Yeah. Coming out with something to prove?
I don't know if it's me, myself, but I think the girls really, they're showing it as they've showed it in practice and what they've done in the summer, that they do want it, and that early exit does hurt, and having such a great regular season and then kind of having a letdown in the playoffs, they definitely want to see that deep run and try and make it right to around Thanksgiving time.
And what have they been doing in the summer to keep sharp?
A lot of conditioning with myself. They've been conditioning with me. Also, we were very fortunate enough to have a couple very some excellent coaches come in, and they ran 2 clinics for us, as well as another camp and captain's practices. So the girls have been having touches all summer long.
All right, Sarah, what can we expect from the team this year?
We can expect a winning season because we are young and eager to win, and we have been working very hard this summer to be in great shape.
All right, good luck repeating last year's performances.
Thank you.
You girls only lost one game outright last year, so you're eager to get back out there and start winning again?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to win. We've really been building our program the last 4 years, so teams should be looking to beat us.
Who are you looking forward to playing the most?
We're looking forward to Swampscott. They're always a good game. Peabody, Danvers, and hope to come out strong.
You think you'll be up there at the top?
Definitely.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
It was a quick exit from the tournament last year, kind of underestimated competition maybe. How can you prove you're still up there with the best?
Well, we have a lot of young girls. We're going to try and start off right from the bat, just trying to win every game we can, and we're not going to go back down to lower teams. We're going to try our hardest in every single game we play.
All right, got to play the best to be the best, right?
Of course.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
And you had such a stellar season in net last year. You hate letting goals in. What can you do to repeat that this year?
I've really been working on everything. You can't expect lower teams not to get shots off. You always have to be prepared for everything. So work on everything, be prepared, and yeah, just gotta.
And what are you doing to lead some of the younger players?
You have to be really vocal. You have to really help them out, like tell them where to be a little bit, and just kind of direct a little bit more than the older players, but definitely like help them out a little bit.
We have a lot of returning players. We only lost about 3 key starters. So within that, a lot of our captains, with Sarah, Elise, Megan, and Lauren, they're our cornerstones, and every player now looks up to them. They've been with me for 4 years, so that it's a different mindset now with the team, having these girls for so long. A couple of these girls I've had since they've been 10 years old. So I definitely want to say those 4 and some of the freshmen coming up. I can't really say one yet, but as far as right now, any freshmen that I brought up, they've held their own. So that speaks volumes to those young ladies too.
And you guys are obviously the team to beat after last year's performance, but who else are you looking forward to playing this year? Some tough competition in the conference.
Always Peabody, but definitely our rival is always Swampscott. So that's a game they always mark on the calendars because it's always a great game, and it's well played on both sides. From coaching to playing to the fans itself. It's a playoff atmosphere, so we both get up for that game.
Last year's field hockey season ended with a crushing overtime loss to Tewksbury in the tournament opener. But that's in the past for Coach Linda Rice-Collins and her energetic group of girls who are looking to give it their all this season, win some games, and have some fun while they do it. All right, Coach, how's the team look this year?
They look in fantastic shape. They came ready to play. The juniors and sophomores are really competing hard to start in any game. The seniors have come back leading very strong.
And the senior group that you had last year, your team did really well. How are those girls going to lead you back to the tournament this year?
They all had an impact in every single game, the seniors that are here, and they are ready to show that they too can step up to the plate.
And they're just getting back into the swing of things. How do you break them of this summer routine, get them ready to go?
They're not getting back to, they've been working hard all season. They've been playing indoors every weekend. They have had captain's practices every Monday night since the first Monday in June. They have been running. They have been playing in national teams. They have also been just bonding, running, having pickup games, so they have actually not stopped since the last ball was dropped.
That's great. We've got some of the captains here. Who are some other returning seniors that are going to make a name for themselves this year?
Okay, so on the forward line we have returning Alana Goodman, who is going to be at the inner position, also with Alexa Shapiro. The two of them can have a really strong 1-2 punch. We have Olivia James, who is fierce in front of the net. On midfield, we are going to have Grace McDonald step up with her speed. We're going to have hockey skills come into play with Michelle Donovan and Hadley Woodfin. Both of them are going to really use that slap shot hard. We have Sabrina Doman, who has been unbelievable this season. I've been moving around into every defensive position, so she's going to be a jack of all trades for us. And finally, we have JoJo. JoJo Lando is our fearless girl. She is going to be flying out at our competitors.
Leave anybody out?
No, I did not.
So you guys are always a force to be reckoned with. Who's going to be the other tough competition in the NEC this year?
Danvers always likes to give us a run for our money. Peabody likes to throw some different corner situations at us. Beverly always comes. They always come really determined to play a hard game. And you can never forget Swampscott. The record doesn't matter. That's always a huge game for both teams.
It's always fun for both sides. Relive the rivalry a little bit, get it going right in the fall. That's great, Coach. Thank you. Let's talk to some of the captains. All right, so what can we expect from the team this year?
All right, so from the team, you're always going to expect effort put in with every single game that we step out onto the field. We've got a lot of returning varsity players. My entire captains, we've been on varsity last year. We're ready to give it our all, as well as some of the seniors stepping up from JV last year. And we do have a couple of the underclassmen who are also ready to step up to the plate. Like Linda was saying, we have Swampscott, Danvers, Beverly, Peabody. They're all going to be very good competition for us, and we're going to show them what we've got.
All right, who are some of those underclassmen that you mentioned?
We've got Alex Carlton at left halfback, who is unbelievable. She's a wall, and nothing can really get past her. We've also got Ashley Stiles at right wing, and yeah, a couple more that are just going to prove themselves even further.
What have you been doing over the summer individually and as a team to get ready for the season?
We've been doing every Monday night captain's practice at the Piper Field, and then we've been doing pickup games throughout the week.
And that's working out well?
Yeah, it helps us a lot.
Getting the conditioning in, getting ready for the season?
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Good luck. What does being a senior leader mean to you?
It means a lot. It helps to keep the team positive as we go through the season. We have a lot of jokes, but we have a lot of fun as seniors, and we're all a lot alike, so I think that helps a lot too.
Good, kind of like one big family?
Yeah.
So how have the captain's practices been going?
They've been going good. A lot of girls have been showing up, and we've just been kind of playing a lot and showing how much we've improved over the summer.
All right, well, good luck this year.
Thank you.
And what teams, besides Swampscott, we know you love to play Swampscott, who else are you looking forward to playing this year?
I think that Beverly and Danvers always are pretty equal with us, especially Swampscott as well, so I'm looking forward to playing them. I think the conference is going to be pretty even this year with Beverly, Danvers, even Peabody sometimes, and sometimes Saugus steps up too, so we're looking forward to playing all those teams.
Last fall, the boys cross-country team was crowned Division IV Eastern Mass champions, with 5 of the top 25 runners in their final competition. One of those runners, AJ Ernst, is entering his senior season and is one of the fastest kids in the state. Coach Brian Heenan is happy to have a strong group back this year, but is also looking forward to seeing some good young talent take to the course.
We look pretty good. We graduated a few key guys, but there's 7 varsity runners in cross-country, and we returned 6 of them from a team that finished 3rd at the All-State Championship and won the Division IV Eastern Mass Championship. So we're looking good.
Yeah, you're always pretty dominant at the top of the conference, so what's it going to take for this team to get back up there this year?
Well, we're fortunate that, we've got those 6 guys back and a good, strong senior leadership, but Peabody's always tough. Peabody, since they came into the conference, they've yet to lose a meet. So we've got a lot of work to do. What it's going to take is just hard work, and that's what these guys do every day. So.
And these guys, they do work hard, and there's a passion for cross-country in this town. Why do you think that is?
Well, I've tried to instill in the teams in the past, that running is very challenging, but at the same time, you convince them that it's fun, and that's not the easiest thing to do, to say, hey, go out and run 8 miles when it's 90 degrees out, and it's actually enjoyable, but there's a few crazy kids in town that you convince, you know what? This is fun.
All right, you excited for this season?
Yeah, I'd say I'm very excited, and I know the team's very excited too. We've all been working hard over the summer, so we're looking forward to it.
What can we expect from the team this year?
Well, last year we came in 3rd at the state championship meet, so we're really hoping to build upon that.
Yeah, trying to get back to states?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, thanks. What did you do in the summer individually and as a team to get ready for the season?
Well, individually, I went to Northeast Kingdom Running Camp in Vermont for 2 weeks and got a lot of good training in there. And as a team, we organized captain's practices a few days a week, and we went to a program with the Peabody track team's Coach Braz at Bishop Fenwick High School.
And Peabody's kind of another competition, right? Are you working with Peabody?
Yeah, working with them over the summer, but working against them during the season.
So you got to train with the best to be the best, right?
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. So AJ, what does being a senior leader mean to you?
Well, it's really just good to kind of pass on what I've learned to everyone else, and it really just means that, get to teach other people what I've learned in the past.
And what have you learned?
I was kind of learning just to put my nose to the grindstone and just run and don't really think about it a whole ton.
Yeah, run, don't look back?
Exactly.
Good stuff. So what's your favorite thing about running cross country?
Well, I like how hard it is. A lot of people don't really like running, and we're sort of the outcasts of people who run it for fun. And also I like how we're a real family here. We've been running, all the seniors, since freshman year, so looking forward to seeing what we can accomplish.
That's good, thanks. So Peabody is pretty good competition. Who else are you looking forward to competing against?
Probably Hopedale and Melrose. Those are both two pretty strong, solid teams.
Those are both out of conference?
Yes.
Yeah, so you guys have been scheduling a lot of out of conference stuff?
Yeah, this season.
Yeah? All right, where is it? Give me a prediction for where you guys end up this year.
I think we could definitely do well at all states, but we'll see when we get there.
Well, we got a big freshman group. You know, before the school ended in the spring, I had a good 7 or 8 guys signed up, and then another 5 or 6 came the first day of practice. And they look good. Some of them have worked really hard over the summer. I've got 2 freshmen in particular, Max Frey and Ethan Snook, who obviously have done their work, and they look really good.
Coach Kylan McKinley's girls cross-country team fell just a stride short of being state champions last season, finishing runner-up in the Division IV final. The girls are always up there with the best teams in the state, so I caught up with Coach McKinley to ask why there's such a passion for running at the high school. And I also spoke with the captains, who told me what it takes to be a dominant cross-country runner and what we can look forward to from the team.
I'm really excited. I have a lot of girls coming back, so we look really strong, and also a good group of freshmen coming in. So looking good.
And you're always pretty dominant. You did well last year. What's it going to take to get these girls to the top of the conference again?
I think they've done a pretty good job really staying motivated this summer. They've had captains practices every day. They do a great job just being positive and just kind of bringing everyone together. So they all seem very motivated, which is great because we're only on the first week of practice. So.
And to stay motivated over the summer, you have to have passion for the sport. Why do you think these girls and the cross-country program in general, there's such a passion for it in Marblehead?
I think they've seen the success that's come before them, which is really motivating, and have, figures like Shalane Flanagan, who's come out of Marblehead, is super motivating for these girls and inspiring to watch her. They also just, they started young, had great middle school coaches, so I think it's just been a great environment for them to, grow up in for running.
Well, we had a really young team last year, but this team this year is a lot more experienced. So we're definitely going to have a lot of PRs, a lot of new records.
Nice. And what have you been doing in the summer individually to prepare for the season?
Well, we've been running a lot of different distances, working on our speed work, our endurance.
And as a team, you've had captains practices?
Yep.
Yeah? How have those been going?
They've been going really well. We've had great turnout, lots of people coming.
Well, that's good to hear. So what does being a senior leader mean to you?
As a freshman, I really looked up to the seniors, especially the ones that were on the team. So it's a great way to steer kids in a good direction, I guess, because they're pretty impressionable and you could be a good role model as a senior.
It's nice of you. And what's your favorite thing about running cross country?
I love the team, but I especially like the aspect of endurance because it's a lot of grit. It doesn't take, you can come in with not a lot of talent, and if you work really hard, you could succeed.
That's great. And you guys are usually really successful.
Yes.
Who are you looking forward to playing this year?
Swampscott's always a good one.
Last fall, in just its second season, the Magicians girls volleyball program finished an outstanding 16-4 and pushed Stoneham to 5 games before being bounced from the tournament in the first round. In just its 3rd season, it's still a considerably young program with a core of young talent. Led by mostly sophomores and juniors, it looks like a bright future's ahead for Coach Colleen Miller and her team.
Good. We really practiced well, really tough. For 3 days, we practiced 12 hours in the past 3 days, and then took the kids out to Reading actually for a really quick in-season scrimmage, which was awesome to kind of see where our strengths and weaknesses are so close to the beginning of the season, but came out really strong.
And you guys did really well last year, so what's it going to take to get back to the tournament this year?
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of commitment. The great teams are getting even better, the weaker teams are getting even stronger, so how do we keep up with that passion, that commitment, that overall real drive? I think our biggest push this year is on our mental toughness. Last year, our conference was really well split between stronger teams and weaker teams, and I don't think we capitalized on much on the weaker teams to make ourselves better. So really our goal this year is to to go off every day, every game, every practice, and just get better each day and set really high goals for ourselves.
And you mentioned that passion. Volleyball is a new sport to the whole conference. So what makes these girls so passionate about the sport?
Yeah, I think it's just their commitment. I think it's what volleyball brings. We kind of hang our hats on there's no hero in volleyball. There's no star player. You can have the best kid in the state of Massachusetts, but without another team or a team of 5 kids behind them, it's really not going to ever make you a solid, dynamic program. So I think overall our kids are just committed to each other, committed to get better, and just committed to having a great time. And I think that's what the sport brings. It's, like I said, it's not a hero. It's just a sport where everyone shares a responsibility. So that level of commitment grows with the kids.
I'm totally excited. It's going to be a good season. Abby and I are really pumped. The whole team's really pumped. It's going to be very good.
So what can we expect from the girls this year?
I think a lot of competition. It's going to be very fun to watch, very intense.
Yeah, you guys were good last year. Expect to be at the top again?
Hopefully. I mean, that's always what we're striving to do. So.
And as a senior, what does being a senior leader mean to you?
Setting an example for younger girls, the younger generation, for volleyball. Yeah, just being a good leader.
What did you do individually and as a team to get ready for the season?
Lots of running individually, and as a team we practiced a lot together. We had summer leagues that we went to as a team, and yeah.
Captain, you getting the girls together, captain's practices?
Yeah, a few, I mean, just some though.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Thanks. And Abby, what's your favorite part about volleyball? Why do you come up with the team?
Ooh, definitely because of the energy on the court. Like when you get a group of girls together that mesh so well together, like it's just a lot of fun.
And it's like a family, right?
Yeah, exactly. Perfect words.
So who in your family do you think is going to be a standout player this year? Who are you looking forward to seeing compete?
I want to say everyone, like that's the answer, but I mean we have Jenny Norcross. She's just an incredible athlete. Like all around, you can expect her to do great things.
And great things, you guys did great things as a team last year. Swampscott I know is always on your radar, but who else are you looking forward to playing this year?
Ooh, for me, Danvers maybe, Peabody. Those are really strong teams in the conference, and so we'll just have to see.
This season, our number one goal is changing the culture of Marblehead volleyball. Being your first couple years out, you don't really have a culture. We kind of struggled with that throughout the last couple of seasons, with really identifying who we are and what direction to go in. And I think this year, we've said to the kids from the very beginning, having a dynamic, a strong, a culture you can hang your hat on every night is our most important part of this season. And I think we've just been driving to do that. Just talking more about communication, talking more about development in the game of volleyball, and also being less concerned with what happens on our side of the net and more concerned about what's happening on the other side, which comes with time. I think, when we're so worried about our skills that you kind of forget what's over there. And now this year, like I said, we're trying to figure out what is it about them and how are we going to break them to be out of system more often.
To develop a team identity, it takes some star players and it takes all the role players too. So who are some of those role players from the past few years that you see standing out this year?
Yeah, we have Abby Settelmeyer back on the right side, who's been just a dynamic force with us, always brings a lot of energy to the game, and we're excited to have her back. Eve Rice out of the middle front, going to Reading on Saturday when you have 2 girls over 6 feet tall, they were shutting their hitters down, which was like, whoa, we haven't seen that in a long time. On the outside, we have Jenny Norcross coming back. We're kind of working with a new setter this year of Emma Bushman, who just brings so much athleticism to our team, which is really great to see. But across the board, I think we're just excited. We're young. Our primary group of kids is our sophomore, junior class. We have Samantha Payne coming back as a returning captain, and there's just not a whole lot of junior, or I should say senior experience there. So kind of developing our younger kids in the same time we're developing our culture is a really neat opportunity to be in.
And that's good. That means you'll probably be dominant for a couple years to come.
We hope so. We hope to kind of, set the stage of what we are and just really build. Today we're going to be talking about what are the things Marblehead volleyball values, and kind of setting a culture by thinking about what is our most important thing that we value every day, or a list of 10 values, just so we can kind of gain a perspective of why we're doing what we're doing every single day.
And who do you think is going to be the toughest competition for your girls this year? You mentioned Reading, so we got out of conference, but in conference.
Yep. In conference, Winthrop, Danvers always bring just a really fun level of competitiveness, just because our coaching world is pretty small. Being around the Danvers coach a lot in the off season, I think that helps kind of fuel some good things. Peabody's been undefeated for the past 2 or more years, and I think they have a new team this year. We've got a totally new team for what it looks like, and it's just going to be really exciting to see what the kids do with that.
The Magicians football team lost many key players to graduation this spring, including quarterback Spencer Craig, tight end Will Millett, running back Brooks Terrell, and linemen Dan Marino, Derek Dumais, and Tom Gable. As MHTV's John Caswell found out, Coach Jim Rudloff and his captains believe that while they don't have the individual star power this year, if they work together as a team, they're going to win plenty of games.
Well, so far so good. We're healthy. We've only got a couple players dinged up, and I think in preseason that's the big thing you're looking for. You don't want to get any injuries. You want to have a full roster to work with. But we've been very happy. We've had 2 scrimmages so far. One against a formidable opponent in Melrose, who went to the Super Bowl last year, and we got beat up pretty good in that. And but that I think is going to help us grow a little bit. And then we played a Division VI opponent yesterday, Manchester. Which was a team we should have done well against, and we did. We were a little bit sloppy, but I think it gave us a chance to be successful on the field, and we got a chance to see some of the kids perform well and see some of the kids get a little bit better from the Melrose scrimmage.
You lost a lot of players to graduation. Who do you see coming up and filling in some of those roles?
Well, the biggest hole is on the line. We lost 3, really 4 offensive linemen. Christian, my son, last year went out after the first game with a back injury. We lost him for the year. And then 3 other players that are going on to play college football. And then Tommy Gable, the center who's at Boston College right now, was actually offered to play football at Colby. So, really a great group of talent there that we're trying to replace. And to be honest, there is no way to replace that. What we're hoping to do is piece together a group of kids that can help us be successful. So, we don't have the size that we had last year. We don't have the strength. But what we have is a group of kids that are competing against each other, and that's going to make them get better every day. Last year we didn't have that. Those guys were our starters. No one was going to beat them out, and so that wasn't very competitive. So the practices have been very competitive, and I think that's going to help us in the long run.
This team is a really compact team. We're all really close. So there's no studs on this team. We're all great. The difference between the first string and the second string isn't that far apart anymore like it was last year. All these guys, we're all competing. We're all working hard. We're all getting better.
You lost a lot of players last year to graduation. How do you see things going this year? What people are going to be stepping up into those roles?
Yeah, just like I said, this is more of a it's going to be more of a team effort this year to win games. We have no superstars. We're going to run for 500 yards in a game, stuff like that. It's going to take everybody, not just a couple.
What did you do over the summer to prepare for the season?
The whole team. Well, we have a trainer at the high school, and the whole team worked out with him Monday through Thursday at 6 in the morning. We got a pretty good turnout this year. Pretty much everyone came except for those who were limited by location or other priorities. Everyone worked hard. We definitely amped up the program this year. We did a lot more cardio. A lot of kids got stronger. It was just overall a very, very productive summer, I think.
What do you see as your role as a captain? How do you see that shaping out over the season?
I think I've done pretty good as a captain. My brother was a captain his senior year. I try to be loud. I try to lead by example, be the best player I can be on and off the field as well.
I think it's a huge responsibility. It's one of the biggest a student can have.
Who do you see as the teams to beat in the conference this year?
Yeah, it's Beverly's right out top. They've got everybody back. They are loaded with running backs. I mean, they have 4th-string running backs that could start for us. They have a line back. They have the numbers. I know they're looking for a quarterback, and that's really probably their only weakness. Team speed, strength, they're going to be very good. Peabody, we've never played before, and Peabody last year won the Northeast Conference South Conference, and this year they moved up to the large. Certainly their school is bigger than ours. They have more kids to draw from, but the their top player, who's one of the top players in the state, Doug Santos, is back. So we get a chance to take a look at him, take a look at their eye offense, and try to give them a game. I think on paper they're the better team, but we'll see what happens when we get there.
We weren't able to catch up with the golf team this week, but we'll check in with them on a later edition of Headliner. And remember, the MHTV sports team has the season covered with boys and girls soccer, field hockey, volleyball, and football games on the schedule. Check the weekly MHTV program schedule on our website, marbleheadtv.org, or in the Marblehead Reporter for dates and times. And we'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in helping us bring you MHS Sports on MHTV. And that wraps up this special edition of Headliner. I'm Jess Burton, and on behalf of the entire news team here at MHTV, we'd like to thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.